Now he's good.
Gonna be my Scotty.
What up, y'all? Uncle Shady at the mic. Sorry we missed it the other day. I know a bunch of people were here the other day when I was supposed to do this video. Now there's 3 people here. But anyway, we'll get through it. Throw up in the chat if you have any ideas, anything you want to watch. Super chats are greatly welcome. We'll watch whatever you want. If you want to super chat something. Also, smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. Almost none of you guys are subscribed. You guys all watch the videos, but you don't subscribe. So subscribe, please. Thanks. Yeah, so here we go. Someone told me to watch this because it's metalcore. Point in your life, you can't dress like this anymore. I've learned this. I've figured this out. That these haircuts just, you can't pull them at a certain point. It just looks silly. That's my. That was pretty funny. I mean, I like the chorus. Hey, what was the name of the guy? What's the kid's name who did the Deuce interviews? The funny one. I ain't buying it one. If you can tell me in the chat. I know you guys know. Oh, what are my thoughts on this video? It's funny because like you could kind of see Cole Harris. That's who it was. Okay, I almost want to watch that again just because it was really funny and I wasn't quite expecting it last time. I have more to think about, longer time to think about it. Cole Harris. Okay, so the HU keeps throwing these like they've seen like the moves they do in these in a lot of these videos. They're like kind of pantomiming like the hardcore scene. Like they're throwing these little windmills, but they're like little short ones that aren't really like you know, it's like they've seen this stuff. What's up, Luther? How's it going, brother? It's like the breakdown, and it's funny, this whole song, because it was described to me as a metalcore song, and it definitely has some metal influence in it, but it's definitely not metalcore. But I could see that they're trying to push it as a metalcore song because the chorus is kind of a breakdown, but it doesn't really break down that much. And then these funny windmills and sidekicks and stuff every once in a while that like one of them does. And I know in that their last video, or the second to last video, they had a bunch of dancers behind them kind of hardcore dancing. Like it was like obviously a bunch of like they're like, oh, there's these moves that these guys do at these shows, and they like show it to the dancers, and then the dancers were just kind of doing it. It's pretty funny. And it's cute because they're trying, you know, like I was the hardcore kid back then. I was the kid who came from hardcore, where all that came from. And which hardcore is coming back now, or it's back now with bands like Turnstile and Drain. Hardcore is, it's like the throwback to the 80s that was happening when I was growing up, partying. So it's just funny because they almost know that the hardcore was the influence of the original Hollywood Undead, was supposed to be kind of like a hardcore hip hop metal thing, right? And you know, more so like Suicide Boys, which we just watched a video from, who are extremely talented. I would even say original, despite the fact that they're obviously ripping off 3-6 Mafia, but I believe they're from where 3-6 Mafia is from, so that's local influence. I can't really talk shit about them for that, but yeah, like very original style, original lyrical content. They've grown over the years, they've gotten better. So it's kind of funny to see them kind of, you know, scratching at that hardcore influence, but not really knowing how to pull it off, really. And especially now that Maddie's gone, because Maddie was also, I would almost say, no, I'd have to say Maddie was a hardcore kid too, but he was like a new school hardcore kid. He was of the newer generation. I was kind of older school. Not that that matters that much, but Maddie, now that me and Maddie are gone from the van, they have no idea how to be authentic when it comes to that. Autism Journey Network just left a comment. Which villain was the worst, has the worst motives? Infinite from Sonic Force, Second Dimension, Doofenshmirtz, Wizard Nudeman, from Sanjay and Craig or Joe Cool from SML? You don't know any of that? Sonic? Sonic Infinite from Sonic Forces? Was Sonic Forces the Sonic the Hedgehog game? That's my question back. I need some more. Have I seen Johnny Three Tears talk about not doing full-length albums anymore? I agree. Full-length albums cause you to fill a quota given to you by the music industry with filler songs. So not, when a record label goes to a band and they're like, yep, Sonic the Hedgehog. I am of the 1990s era Sonic the Hedgehog, so I don't really know how to answer that. My partner here, Allie, is from the next generation ahead, but she still doesn't know either. But she was playing like way gnarlier games than Sonic the Hedgehog when she was growing up, I think. So what was I talking about? The record industry. They're going to go to a band and they're going to be like, all right, your first album, give us 13 tracks, right? What if that band only has 3 good songs? Then they're going to record those 3 good songs. Then they're going to write a bunch of new stuff on the fly, just to fill the space. And then it's forced. And when you force music, the quality goes down. Like when HU, when we first recorded the first 5 songs, we got put into the studio, Dr. Dre's studio, with his sound engineer, and they were like, redo those songs, and we redid them, and they sounded like shit because the authenticity was gone, and we were forced to do it, and we weren't just messing around at Jarrell's house. So Cole Harris. Hold on one sec. So if George is talking about if he's talking about them not doing full albums anymore, that's a pretty good idea. Especially when you're in the late stages of your career. At this point, I'd be very careful about what music you put out. I would only put out really good, interesting, unique, different music from now on if I was them. And I'd like what he's saying, probably pop one out whenever they actually put one together instead of being forced to put out a bunch of stuff. Filler music kind of sucks. I don't know. There could be some good stuff in, filler tracks, but usually they're the, if you're from the era of CDs and tapes and stuff like I am, you got 12 tracks on a album, there's usually only like 3 or 4 good ones. Look at Deftones. They're actually probably an exception, but on every Deftones album, there's 2 really good songs, and the rest are still good, but whatever. But those few really good songs are like leaps and bounds better than the filler stuff. And filler, you get kind of burnt out doing music when you're forced to do it instead of it coming just naturally when you're ready to make music. And it's very stressful having to come up with that much stuff, contractually binded to come up with all this music. These guys have been contractually binded to come up with music for freaking 20 years, thus you see a bunch of what happens is what I've been complaining about, is that you see a bunch of them just rehashing stuff, kind of making the same song over and over again over the years in order to fulfill the contracts with the record label and get a little bit of money. So yeah, going live before 5 o'clock is not a very good idea. Cole Harris, Deuce, episode 2. There we go. Yeah, so I'm not that song. That song, it feels, that song felt like it wasn't done. It needed, and I've noticed that from a lot of HU songs. They don't ever have like a build up and a breakdown with like a crescendo. They don't have, it's like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse. Very as simple songwriting as you could actually do, especially with like, I don't know, that was kind of a metal song, but like these are very, it's almost like someone took someone's song, took out the best parts and just kind of left the most simple parts together. And these guys, yeah, no, I can't say that they're talented. And just, they don't have, they grew up Scientologists, they didn't grow up just going to hundreds of concerts and promoting concerts and being in bands. Like I did growing up. They grew up at the Sea Org. They grew up doing courses at, the Scientology place. And, so like there isn't really a lot of authentic creative juices going there, obviously. Like obviously they would have evolved as a band and found their own sound, instead of just rehashing what we did that first year. Have I seen the interview with B.Lay? No. What's that? How do I look it up? Oh, I heard about this. One of his friends from before was doing like asking people to help or something with it. Aaron. B.Lay. Let me look that up. Yeah, Suicide Boys is really good. They have a lot of music, but there's like, I'd say a third of it is really good, and that's kind of hard. That's not an easy thing to do. I guess, who is it? Scrim, who does the most of the beats? Yeah. Pretty, they got good taste for beats. That helps a lot. B-Law, Deuce. Is that what I should look up? B.Lay. 3 months ago. Deuce solo, present time 2025. Is that what you guys are talking about? Oh boy. This looks long. Let me pull this up. You going over? Present. Is it this? Hey, did you guys know that J-Dog is a tall blonde, and that Deuce is just a diss track producer now? Diss track rapper. Have you guys heard I Ain't Buying It? I ain't buying it. Is this what you're talking about, Laren? Oh, that's not it. B.Lay.
Yo, man.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. So, where you been?
What's up, man?
Where you been all these years?
Oh, man. Man, I've been formulating. I like to work in the shadows behind the scene. Entrepreneur. I've been working on something I'm launching later on this year with my co-partner who lives in Nashville. I've been writing music, releasing music,
Aaron for a
been
second. I was like, that's not
songwriting for some big artists. I'm a part of this Bad Kids writing camp. Been doing a lot. I had a daughter. She's 3 months.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Very.
Is this someone who was like writing raps for Aaron or something?
You know, life is good. Life is good, as it should be. You know, started off with Deuce, which is why we're doing this.
Oh yeah.
In the industry, you know, and shoot, when was it? 2012, maybe 2011. So that was awesome. So I've been just grinding, you know, giving what God blesses me with and just making it work.
Yeah, good thing you reminded me about 2011. I've looked up on internet. It says that you joined the 9 Lives crew in 2012, right?
Yeah, 2012. Yeah.
But you also been on Let's Get It Crackin' music video, which is late before.
Yeah, I was in Let's Get It Crackin'. I'm not sure how authentic those numbers are online because anybody can put them. But
exactly.
2011, 2010. I met Aaron actually at the Celebrity Center. That's how we met.
Oh,
when? What year?
Oh man, maybe 2010.
Wow.
2011. It was after the success of his first band, Hollywood Undead.
Oh yeah.
I know Aaron's side. I talked to J-Dog in Australia when I was on tour with Falling in Reverse, and we had a understanding. I know their side, but that's their business. I only know what I lived with Aaron, writing and touring with him and doing that for a couple of years. That's what I know. You know, I know he's kind of been absent for a little while. And I wanted to do this interview because I saw the one you put out with Aaron 2 or 3 weeks ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's kind of taken back how he said he's just an internet artist. Because
just Undead.
I don't know. Huh?
Just Undead.
Yeah, like I don't know if he's doing that as a marketing ploy because he's very inspirational. Like I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for Deuce. Yeah, so I was saying I saw that interview and basically I wanted you hit me up and ask me if I would do an interview and what I've been up to. And Deuce is much more than just an internet artist. Like he inspired everybody. He was one of the people that he blew up the first off of MySpace with Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah.
Him and his buddies he grew up with. That's legendary. They were the first internet musical group to go platinum off of MySpace. So he's much more than that. And I was there for that. I can only speak on what I lived with him. I hope he's doing well. You know, I try to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You previously mentioned that it's kind of a marketing strategy. At first, I also thought that maybe he's kind of tries to get attention from the fans, but it's like a bad PR. But I really don't know at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying, I hope it is a marketing strategy because I haven't talked to him, honestly, in more than 7 years. And when I do reach out, he doesn't hit back to me. And
does he at least read the messages?
I mean, he blocked me on Twitter a few years back. I mean, I had his email. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. I can't speak for him. I was trying to reach out because I was able to pull myself through a dark night of the soul and get myself out of a dark hole that I fell in 7 years ago, which is why I've been more behind the scenes in the industry, but now I'm about to launch back out. So I was trying to reach out to him just to talk to him because when we did meet at the Celebrity Center, I was doing that for self-help and he was born in that. And I'm not with that anymore. And I just wanted to reach out and make sure he was doing good just because over the years, I've been hearing things from fans, how they I don't want to put his business out there, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to reach out to him to see how he was doing, because all the fans we known throughout the years touring hit me up. Like, B.Lay, how's your bro Deuce? How's Deuce? How's Aaron? And I told him I haven't reached out. I haven't heard him for a while. I did reach out to his mom and Arena a few months ago, more than 6 months ago, because we used to be at the house off the Clayton chilling, writing music, and just, you know,
Oh yeah.
being in our 20s, just being little knuckleheads out here in Hollywood.
Do I know this
I
guy?
got to become close with his family, and I was trying to reach out to them to see how he's doing. So
Did they tell you anything?
no. When I did call his mom, she was in Clearwater, Florida, and she told me she'll get back to me when she gets back to LA, the West Side. That never happened. But I was trying to talk to them on a business sense.
No, Scientologists can't do weed.
I wanted to help.
They're against drugs, but alcohol and tobacco is okay.
With some of the projects and the contacts that I've made over the last couple of years. But hopefully that comes into fruition. You know, I'm gonna always be there for my brother. I don't believe anybody's down and out forever, as long as they got the willingness to pull themselves through, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I was reaching out, and she told me she'll hit me up. She hasn't. I called her a few months ago, texted her, nothing. Arena told me some stuff. We talked. I told her to get him a message, you know. So, but I guess until they see it, then they won't believe it. But that's just how it works. So,
do you know they're aware of his condition now?
Like, what condition are you talking about?
Like him self-isolating from everyone, not speaking to
homeless
like you
and crazy. That's his
people close
condition.
To him. Do you think they're aware of that?
I'm pretty sure they are, because they were a very close, tight-knit family.
I've heard that Aaron's been out of the church for a couple of years.
Okay, I don't know any of that
It would
church
have to be like
business,
10, 15 years by now.
For a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm. You said you've been in a dark place 7 years ago. So
yeah,
what was the moment when you decided to move on from the 9 lives and all that do stuff?
Yeah, so I'll get back to that dark place thing, but it was just lifestyle choices, too much alcohol and
the rockstar's lifestyle.
Like, right, because when I was touring, we used to get Jameson bottles and liquor free every morning on the tour bus. So what do? We just have fun. So I had to get up that lifestyle. But with what was the question about Aaron again?
Yeah, the question was how did you decide to stop?
Oh, 9 lives. Yeah, so reverse back when I met Aaron, he just got out of whatever predicament he had with his first band, and he was looking for group members. And I came around after Truth. I don't know if he could tour or something was going on with him. And Aaron had me freestyle and show him some of my music I was writing and producing since I was like 13, 14. And then he had me sing for him. And he was like, yo, you want to be my backup singer? You want to be my backup rapper? You're already a dope artist. You can bring complimentary stuff. At that time, Hollywood Undead was all over